Hi, I'm Jeanette. I'm so proud to have nominated my brother Roger to the International Snowmobile Hall of Fame.
The David Thompson Snowriders proudly introduces Roger Pillman, your year 2000 Canadian inductee to the International Snowmobile Hall of Fame. Like the early explorer David Thompson, who charted unmapped areas of Western Canada and the US, Roger has also led the way through new territory. These explorations included the promotion of snowmobiling, locally, provincially, nationally, and internationally, as a safe family sport, promotion of the tourism aspect of snowmobiling to communities, organization of long-distance snowmobile charity rides, introduction of a snow festival to Western Canada, having an Eastern flavor, ice sculptures, lobby of provincial government for changes to the off-highway vehicle legislation. Roger was born in Edmonton, Alberta. Adopted and raised by Gladys and Fulton Pillman, he grew up on a farm northeast of Castor in the Beaver District of Alberta. He learned to snow ride at an early age. Roger and his wife Diane raised 3 children, Kim, Sandy, and Robin. Roger has 1 grandson. Already, young Colin has been introduced to snowmobiling by both Roger and Lorraine. One of Roger's greatest personal accomplishments was finding his birth mother and 3 other siblings, Ray, Annette, and Jeanette. Roger began his association with this major recreational sport in 1971. The day after his first snowmobile ride, he bought a new 1971 Polaris Charger. He has ridden many different snowmobiles, and all of you know he rides in style. Roger has shared countless hours with his friends and associates as a snowmobiler, a tireless volunteer, and as a club and association executive. He is an advocate for conservation and safe sledding, and for snowmobiling as a family sport. One of the early members of the Castor Snowmobile Club, he has held every position, from club event organizer to past president. As a charter member of its Economic Development Board, as a kinsman, and on the board of the Agricultural Society, Roger promoted his hometown and his sport. While he was a board member of the Battle River Tourist Association, Roger attended the Snowmobile Festival at Valcourt, Quebec. He returned home to launch the annual Castor Winterfest, complete with ice sculptures, beginning the next year. January 2000 was the 24th year for this annual event. Wanting to still make a social contribution, Roger provided significant input to the 1985 Alberta Off-Highway Vehicle Act, along with past member of the Legislative Assembly for Alberta, Graham Harrell. Roger is well known on both sides of the 49th parallel. Another of his many accomplishments included organizing the Multiple Sclerosis Ride for Hope charity ride. This Polaris-sponsored event was a 1,500-mile snowmobile ride starting at the Polaris factory in Roseau, Minnesota. The caravan stopped over in Kenora, Ontario, Winnipeg, Brandon and Roblin, Manitoba, Hudson Bay, Prince Albert, North Battleford, Saskatchewan, Lloydminster, Two Hills, and ended in Castor, Alberta, just in time for their annual Winterfest activities. In 4 years, this annual ride raised more than $84,000 for MS research. One of Roger's most memorable moments during these 4 rides was a little girl's presentation of her piggy bank filled with coins for multiple sclerosis. Today, Roger still has this precious little bank on his trophy shelf. He's held many positions within the Alberta Snowmobile Association, including president for 3 consecutive years. He helped organize the first Alberta Snowmobile Association Jamboree in 1974 and has been part of the organizing committee for many jamborees since. The Castor Club then hosted 3 more jamborees after the first one. This year is the 26th year for this annual event. Roger has only missed 5 ISC congresses since his first one in Denver in 1982. In 1984, Roger was elected ISC co-chair and became chair of the International Snowmobile Council in 1985. He served as committee chairman responsible for organizing the ISC Congress in Calgary, Alberta in 1986. As the chairman emeritus of the ISC, Roger was then a member of the Manufacturers Committee to the ISC. Some of you may recall a memorable presentation that Roger did at one Congress. During the introduction of the panel, the first speaker, who did not know Roger at the time, commented that he would likely stutter through his presentation. When the fellow was through, Roger then got up and introduced himself and said he really would stutter through his own presentation. In 1985, he and Roger Lampett from Washington State established the Western Chapter Belt Buckle Scholarship. A fundraising promotion, the monies were raised by selling 99 belt buckles, with the #1 belt buckle being auctioned at the ISC Congress each year. Today, scholarships continue to be given annually to deserving college students. Roger was a founding member of the Thirsty Dogs, who continue to meet annually at the International Congress. In 1984, and sponsored by Howard Potter, Roger was inducted into the Iron Dog Brigade. Today he is one of 6 Canadians in the Iron Dog Brigade and is one of the Canadian riders in the annual Iron Dog Ride in West Yellowstone. Roger has won many awards for his volunteerism and other activities related to snowmobiling. As some of you know, in the early days of snowmobiling, traveling trophies were passed among clubs by traveling from one club to another club. A minimum number of riders would socialize along the way, then travel back home with the trophy. Another club would ride for the trophy the next week, and it was a great way to expand the network of snowmobile acquaintances. In 1985, Roger was honored as the Canadian Snowmobiler of the Year, a distinction recognizing his history of involvement in the sledding community and the dedication to his sport. In 1987, he was honored as the Snowmobile Magazine Snowmobiler of the Year. He has also been known to receive the prestigious Iron Dog Golden Crutch Award on more than one occasion for just being himself. Over the years, Roger has been a member of the Castor Snowmobile Club, the Red Deer Snowmobile Club, the Fort Saskatchewan Snow Angels, the Rocky Mountain House Snowmobile Club, and the David Thompson Snow Riders. Today, Roger remains actively involved as a snowmobiler, a delegate to the Alberta Snowmobile Association, vice president of the David Thompson Snow Riders Club, a fundraiser and a hellraiser for the Western Chapter of the ISC. He remains a true ambassador of the sport everywhere that he travels. His energies are now directed to the preservation and promotion of trails and trail development in central Alberta. In 1997, he was instrumental in having a staging area designated within the city of Red Deer. Roger has been a painter and a decorator for over 30 years and received his journeyman ticket through the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology. He began operating his own painting business in his hometown of Castor before moving to his current home in Red Deer, Alberta. Roger's motto has been, always take a friend out snowmobiling. What better way to promote the sport that he has such a passion for? You can bet that Roger will continue to ride and remain totally committed to snowmobiling. Would you please join me now and welcome and congratulate yet another true blue snowmobile pioneer, Mr. Roger Pillman.